I'm happy to have a chance to talk with you today about COVID-19 vaccine disclosures and whether there are employee privacy rights under HIPAA, an issue that has become front and center for many businesses recently. Here's why. With a growing number of individuals now fully vaccinated against COVID, businesses are beginning to reopen or expand in-office activity in Virginia and across the U.S. Employers are required under federal and state laws to maintain a reasonably safe work environment for their workers. Many are requiring, as a condition of returning to the workplace, that employees provide certification to show that they have been fully vaccinated. And the not infrequent employee response has been something like, "You can't ask me that. You're violating my privacy rights." Vaccine status is viewed by these workers as their own personal, private medical information. The thought seems to be something like, surely there must be a federal privacy law that protects me, the employee, from being forced to disclose this kind of information to my employer against my will as a condition of going back to work, right? But the response just isn't correct in most work situations. The EOC has done its part to clear up some of the confusion, issuing new COVID guidance recently to clarify that federal EEO laws such as the ADA and Title VII of the Civil Rights Act do not prevent employers from requiring employees to disclose their vaccination status before being allowed back into the workplace. So, if the ADA does not provide employee privacy protections, and Title VII is equally unavailing, what about HIPAA? You know, the federal law with a privacy rule that includes protections against sharing or disclosing an individual's health information without their consent, right? Georgia Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene is one of those people who seems to believe that there is a general privacy right under HIPAA, tweeting recently, "Vax records are private due to HIPAA rights." Yet that simply is incorrect in most employment settings and shows that HIPAA continues to be misunderstood as providing general privacy protections for individual health information like vaccine status, when in fact that is not what HIPAA does. Here's what I mean. HIPAA's privacy rule applies only to covered entities and individuals such as health insurers, HMOs, nursing homes, clinics, pharmacies, doctors, and other healthcare providers, and their business partners. That's it. So unless this arguably describes your business, HIPAA's privacy restrictions are not even applicable to you. A quick hypothetical shows how HIPAA's privacy rule works. Let's take employer A, a law firm that has a COVID vaccine certification requirement for its employees, and calls the local CVS pharmacy to see whether one of its workers has been fully vaccinated against COVID. Employer A, as a law firm, is not a covered entity and has not violated the HIPAA privacy rule by making the request to the CVS pharmacy. But the CVS pharmacy is a covered entity under HIPAA. If CVS discloses the employee's COVID vaccine status to employer A without the employee's permission, it would violate HIPAA. So the takeaway here is, unless you're a healthcare business or a related business partner, for the employee who replies to your requirement of COVID vaccination documentation to return to work with, "You're violating my privacy rights by asking me that," HIPAA is very unlikely to provide a basis for that kind of claim. HIPAA's privacy restrictions simply are not applicable to you. You should, however, check the laws of the state or states in which you do business for any possible state-level restrictions on your ability to require disclosure from your employees of their COVID vaccination status. And while you, as employer, cannot absolutely force an individual to disclose their COVID vaccination status, if they refuse to tell you, there is nothing under HIPAA, the ADA, or Title VII that would keep you from making vaccine disclosure a condition of the employee's return to work, and no federal privacy law that is likely to protect their job in the absence of disclosing their vaccine status.